The Minnesota Timberwolves are falling apart. Karl Anthony Towns just signed for the max. Andrew Wiggins' $100+ million extension kicks in this year. And Jimmy Butler wants out of the entire situation. Miami has been talked about as a potential destination, but now we are hearing something else. First, it started with Shams tweeting, Minnesota is aligning its organizational focus on the next step of trading Jimmy Butler. Then Woj tweets, ESPN sources another team pursuing Jimmy Butler with Minnesota, Cleveland. Cavs owner Dan Gilbert was seen talking privately with Glenn Taylor at NBA Board of Governors meeting on Friday. Both owners played a part in negotiating the Love-Wiggins deal. By the way, they could have easily been talking about like their penis size, or they could have been talking about Jimmy Butler getting traded. So Kyrie via Joe Varden told Jimmy Butler after the 2017 season, don't come here. Then again, things are different now. Wow. So far, a few franchises via Woj, if any, are engaged in serious discussions with the Timberwolves, sources said, but the list of organizations interested in talking further with Minnesota is significant. Brooklyn, Detroit, haven't heard that one yet. Houston, not gonna happen. What do they have? I mean, the Clippers, Miami, Philly, Portland, Sacramento, and the rest of the Eastern Conference at this point.
I was gonna say, yeah, we could name the other 20 teams.
Let's leave this up for a moment. Detroit has some pieces. Houston has some pieces if they want to trade it. The problem is, in my opinion, they're not going to trade Clint Capella because he works so well in the pick and roll. The Clippers have young pieces that could get dealt. Hit me one more time. Give me a sign. The Miami Heat have some pieces. Philly, in my opinion, doesn't have enough unless they trade Markelle Fultz, Zaire Smith, Dario Saric, which they don't want to do. Portland and the Sacramento. I can't see Jimmy wanting to go to Sacramento.
Yeah, we saw his list.
Totally, we saw his list. So, does he go to Cleveland? Does he go to Miami?
Well, Cleveland again. What does Cleveland have? I was just looking at their roster.
Outside of Kevin Love,
J.R. Smith.
Man, I don't know.
Outside Kevin Love, of course, Colin Sexton is a at least he's a new kid they just drafted.
They would have to throw him in.
They have to throw in someone that there's some kind of promise to see if they can build something else going up.
Remember, real quick, allow me to interject. He has 1 year left on his deal. That's why a lot of people are feeling like, well, for example, our discussion about him going to the Knicks, I still think that the Timberwolves would want Kevin Knox in a deal and maybe Frank Ntilikina. Everyone was saying, no way, they're not going to trade that for him. I agree, they're not going to. I don't think the Timberwolves are going to get back what they want, but obviously, whenever you put this out there, what do? You aim high.
It's the classic situation where you get kind of screwed. You're either going to lose them after this season or by the trade deadline because it's not working out anyway because the team seems to be in turmoil. Or you go ahead and try and get something now, but you get other teams are going to have that worry. Like, oh, we're just going to give up all of our guys to see him leave next year because we know where he wants to go. So you got to talk to maybe those cities, the teams in those cities.
Totally. I could see him going to Miami. I could see that happening. I could see Sacramento potentially happening, but knowing Sacramento, they'll screw it up. We've seen their track record. I'd love to see Philly. I don't think Ben Simmons would want to play with him. Just my opinion.
Teams like Philly and Houston, like they're too close already. They don't need to shake things up right now for something like this.
Yeah, but if you could get Jimmy Butler on the low, do it.
Who do you? 100%. The low being you get rid of a couple of bench players, it's not going to happen.
It depends what Minnesota wants. In my opinion, they would ask for Fultz, Zaire Smith, and Dario Saric, and I think you're better off with those three as depth instead of trading for Jimmy Butler.
You don't need it.
It's just my opinion. Real quick, graphic 33. The owner's trading him. One Board of Governors source told ESPN. That was made clear. It's just a matter of when. So there you go. Where should he go? Comment section below. Subscribe to 2IT Sports. Do you know what you could get for $4.99? Maybe one pack of Skittles. You know what's better? A lot of content. So download the 2IT app, available on iOS and Android.